TitleMatchNetwork.com.
You spoke to the whole Benoit family tragedy. You said it was just isolated. How did you take the news when you first heard it?
Oh, well, of course, devastating. And my wife, of course, started crying and weeping and saying, not the baby boy, not Daniel. My God, not Daniel. Well, Daniel, yes. And, I had been around Benoit quite a bit. And after Eddie's funeral, which I conducted, Benoit pretty much bonded with me. And now thinking back, I realized he was always wanting me to come back to the hotel, wherever he saw me on the road during my book tour and stuff like that. He said, where are you going to be? Are you going to be the next show? He said, I want to talk to you. I didn't realize it, but that's what he was talking about, because I had a little spiritual, with Eddie, and everything. And he was looking to talk to me, man.
Cry for help.
Yeah, yes, sir. And because he told me at Eddie Guerrero's funeral that he did not know how he would continue living.
Right.
You see, and so it was a big deal, man. And for him to take that kid out, and to take his wife out with that duct tape and everything, man, it's like, man, there's a major mental breakdown.
Right. We have a quote that says, on Dave Meltzer's show, you said Chris took his son to a better place.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
I believe.
Some people misquoted you into saying that you're defending him a little bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just to get it clear.
No. Yeah, to make it clear on the record, I said that Benoit felt that he was going to take his son to a better place by taking the kid out.
Right.
That he was, because there were Bibles with an S found with the bodies. So I interpret that as Benoit, we know, enjoyed his Catholic high school, see? And so when he left Bibles there, that was an act of contrition, and sorrow. I don't know if he wanted Nancy to go, but the son, we know he adored the son. I had played with that son, and Chris Benoit told my wife Valerie that he had taught his little son, he always had a little suit on, little tie, the little boy, perfect, that he taught him, if anybody comes in the room and needs a seat, you get up and give that man your seat. The little boy,
right.
He adored this child, man, right. And then, and so I see it as the Bible placement. This kid is going to go. Benoit hopes he's going to go, I think,
yes,
but with a child, an act of, take the child to a better place. I can't leave the child here without a father.
You subscribe to the theory that he killed the kid just so he would grow up parentless and everything?
Oh, yes. And the heat on the kid, your dad's a murderer. You murdered your wife. If your kid lived through that,
Yeah.
Oh, my God, the nightmare this kid would be going through his whole life,
Right.
And so twisted, yes. Twisted mindset. I'm going to take my kid out, but he believed it, see. He believed his kid was going someplace with him.
Right. On Dave Meltzer's show, you said you witnessed an incident between Chris and Nancy. What incident were you referring to?
With Nancy Benoit?
Yeah.
Yeah, backstage in Baltimore on my book tour, Nancy Benoit told my wife, Valerie, that she had never been more happy in her entire life as she is right now. Never been more happy being a wife, being a mother, and she considers herself to be nothing but a boring old housewife and loving it. So that contradicts trauma between the two.
Right.
How could you be so happy and then they're having all these behind the door arguments and stress, because she was happy as a lark,
There was divorce papers filed, they said, after more investigating.
Right. That's right.
So they did it on like a public front in the middle of the locker room?
Evidently. But it was an awful good front.
Right.
But I did notice on that night, and I've referred back to it, when Chris Benoit came in before he had to go out and do his match, Daniel was kind of running around us back in the little catering room back there, and Nancy was talking to my wife Valerie, and Chris came back with a pretty stern look in his face and told Nancy, take care of my kid. Don't let him run all over this place back here. And it was okay because we were in a room like this.
Right.
Let the kid run around. But he said, keep control of him.
Right.
And it's like,
Very stern.
Oh yes, very stern.
Do you think the media coverage on the Benoit family was fair or unfair?
Well, first of all, it was unprecedented. That coverage was amazing, man. And yesterday was still coverage of the Nancy Grace show, which would have been in China, and the China deal, and I found out that the coverage. Nancy Grace is a big fan of mine. I met her on my book tour a year and a half ago. I didn't know that. I've always been a big fan of hers, and so, but it was all the one day she was off during this whole thing, and it was the day that the autopsy came back, the toxicology stuff. The guy in Atlanta said there's no steroids found in the guy's system, other than the testosterone replacement therapy, but there was no other like exotic steroids.
Nothing would have triggered anything.
Yeah, that's right. And so, but Nancy Grace on their banner, steroids found in Benoit. Like, oh my God, wait a minute. But in that respect, yes, very sensationalism.
Which is the business of the news media too.
That's right. But that was the only thing that. But otherwise, I think it was fine.
What do you thoughts say of the WWE wellness policy? Do you think it's going to do anything?
Yeah. It's a good thing. I hope they really start enforcing it more, especially with the Congress kicking in.
That's my next question. Do you think Vince is worried about an investigation and perhaps Congress, start throwing the book at them? Right.
I think he would be wise to be concerned about it, whether he really is. I would bet that he really is concerned. Now, I know he's not going to put that public face on to the fans and stuff like that, but I would almost be certain that he is concerned to really step up his another notch to his wellness program, and to avoid a real investigation, to avoid those folks overseeing his business.
Have you ever heard of TNA? Do you know about it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you watch it at all? Or?
No.
They're also getting investigated by Congress, and they have no drug policy. Do you think they're going to be majorly screwed?
What?
Because they have no drug policy at all in Congress. What they do?
Congress
is doing WWE,
right.
They're doing the TNA now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't. I know they got drug problems, but I don't. They've been flying under the radar.
Right.
But
now they're not with the Pac-Man Jones coming in and everything.
Pac-Man Jones, man. God,
yeah.
Him and his buddy, the dog killer, Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Good pair.
Yeah, that's a bad week in sports with everything going on. Do you have any advice for any indie wrestlers who think they have to do drugs to
No. Well, of course, now with the steroid policy and the wellness deal in Congress, you just develop a personality. Develop the Dusty Rhodes. Does he take steroids? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Not the American Dream, but look at the charisma this guy has, man.
Yeah.
This guy, man, he can pull them in, and that's the bottom line: is charismatic personality. And now with the steroid deal coming down so heavy, it'll probably go that way and stay that way. Well,
I'd like to thank you for joining us today. It's been a great shoot interview, and good luck with everything that's going on.
Thank you.
And everything. And thank you again.
I'll get you updated, and maybe we'll do part 2 after the
sounds good.
After the lawsuit, man.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you, and God bless all the fans.
TitleMatchNetwork.com